What's going on, y'all? Tyler Boatright here with Keller Williams Realty, and today we're out at MossyPond with the man himself, Mr. Brad Arington. How you doing, Mr. Brad?
Good, brother. Good to see you.
Yes, sir. You as well.
Thank you for the opportunity to come on here and talk with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. We're going to start out saying, what do y'all do out here at MossyPond?
So MossyPond, back in '03, I was training some dogs. My personal dog, Bo.
Yes,
you
sir.
remember Bo?
I know him.
And the dog training led into more dog training, and we actually went all the way up to New York training in the summer, trying to find that cooler weather. And what I was learning when I would do my follow-ups with my customers is that the dogs did really well with me,
right,
but when I would send them home, that the customers were struggling. So I built a lodge here in '08, and I wanted the customers to come in and get more involved. And then a year or two rocked on, and I did more follow-up calls, and they said, Brad, you know, when me and you're training at the lodge, they do perfect, but then when we go to Arkansas duck hunting, they struggle a little bit.
Right.
And I was like, well, what am I missing? So I started simulating a place that looked and felt like the places that these customers were going out and training their dog. Working their dogs, whether it was an upland flusher in Kansas or a short hair English pointer on quail, or a lab out in Arkansas or Mississippi in the rice flats, or the green timber in Arkansas or Missouri. So I started creating those environments right here at MossyPond, and I would take my customer and their dog out there in those things. Well, one thing rocked on and to another, and they just enjoyed shooting our quail, our pheasant, our ducks, and they said, gosh, this is just like going on our trip out to Arkansas or Mississippi, right, or flying to South Dakota on our pheasant hunt. You're simulating it exactly like it's done with a plantation bird. We're able to work our dog with a professional dog trainer. You're able to assist, plus we're able to kill the game, and it's guaranteed. We love it. And, you know, we added sport and clays and added the hospitality, Ritz-Carlton style atmosphere here, added some hog hunts, and just over the years it evolved into now that we have this here. And then we, a few years back, we did a lodge in Nebraska, and the lodge in Nebraska is for the wild bird enthusiast. You know, he can go out there and shoot. We got all that, the migration pours right out of Canada right there in Bassett, Nebraska, and we get to kill those wild birds over there, all waterfowl. Plus, you have your sharp-tailed grouse, your prairie chickens, and your wild native pheasant to the area. So, in a nutshell, that's what we do. And of course, we still have a huge training operation: puppies, starter dogs, finished dogs, and the two lodges here, lodge in Nebraska. So we have 94 employees. It came from back when you used to be around and helping me back in the day.
Yes, sir.
You know, just me and Lee Howard and your brother Hunter. Now we have 94 employees.
Wow.
And so good Lord's blessed us, and that's kind of our story and our short version of our story.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's amazing. I mean, it's really been nice seeing y'all grow from the outside. You know, now that I've been away, it's watching y'all grow and social media and this and that, and it's crazy to see.
It's been heaven sent, God sent, and it's been fun along the way. A lot of, just like our hunting operation, how it evolved was basically by mistake. I was just creating a place to train your dog.
Right.
And it definitely wasn't a mistake in good Lord's eyes. He had it lined up for me, but it's been a blessing to all of us, and good people like yourself always being in our corner and promoting us. And
yes, sir.
You know, that, of course, that's definitely been a blessing, but it's been a fun ride. We enjoy it every day. I wake up excited to go to work.
Yes, sir. That's not a job no more at that point.
That's right.
That's why it's fun at that point.
That's right.
I want to touch on, you know, I use a lot of social media in my business. How have you seen social media change the way you can advertise yourself to people? They get to see, you know, kind of in person what y'all do before they come out here.
No, I think it's great. You know, of course, me working in the field, it's not something that I don't have an office job where I'm very savvy with it. So it's been something that I really didn't have. I talk dogs to a living. I talk to dogs for a living. So,
right.
It wasn't exactly what my forte and what I know, but it definitely 110%. It is a huge game changer. What it does, it allows for the customers that don't know about us. They may hear about us and hear a good story at duck camp or whatever that MossyPond place, but by the videos and content that we can get here and provide that for our social media audience, I think it's a home run. And in every profession, if people are not utilizing it, I hate to say it, but they're living in the past.
They're gonna get left behind.
That's right.
I mean, that's kind of how I give it to them.
That's right. That's right.
You got to get up with the times.
Yep.
And I got a question here for you. I got some good memories that come up out here. I got some answers to this question myself. But what's your most memorable hunt you've had out here?
Oh gosh, man! I tell you what, you sitting here smiling at me. I mean, there's so many that you and your family have provided for me that, I mean, if I ain't careful, bring a tear to my eye. I mean, there's so many great stories right here on this property with you and your family. But, it's going to be tough to beat the one that got me started. Bo, he was 7 months old. And at the time, me and Ellen were just courting, and her daddy invited me to this dove shoot. Well, he sold tobacco plants. Okay. And right here in this field behind us, he'd invite all his tobacco buyers that bought the tobacco plants. He'd invite them right here and put on a nice dove shoot for them. And then we'd go up there and barbecue that night. And we'd feed them and everything. Excuse me. Well, I got invited to the shoot, and I was 19 years old, and I got invited, and I brought Bo. He wasn't but 6 or 7 months old. And I thought he'd put me kind of on the outskirts, out of the way. Sure enough, he loaded me in the truck. He said, jump on the tailgate. He took me to the heart of the field, right by the pivot point, and on the crown of the hill where everybody could watch. I said, this is going to be a train wreck. I'm going to be so embarrassed. All these men were big-time, big-name farmers that bought these tobacco plants from all over southeast Georgia. So I said, man, I got to do a good job. But luckily, it was already laid out. That was the plan for my dog Bo to show out that day. And by the end of the shoot, everybody in the field was sitting there staring at what I thought. I was like, am I doing something wrong?
Right.
Have I shot over the limit? What's going on? But what it was, they were watching that 7-month-old puppy work and pick all my dove up and be a little gentleman when he came back, sit right there and deliver the hand and only go on command. So it was all meant to be. But that hunt right there, and then me pulling up there to the tractor shelter and all those, in my eyes, because I was helping farming, in my eyes, those were my idols. They were the best farmers in the southeast Georgia. They were coming up to me asking me about my dog and how we hunted and how I trained him and stuff like that. And Joe Pete Boatright, which was part owners in the tobacco warehouse with my father-in-law and grew the tobacco plant. He came up to me. He said, I got me a puppy named Jack, Chocolate Lab, and I want to bring him to you, and you do exactly to him what you did to Bo.
Bo right there, yes, sir.
And the same hunt the next year, I sat right here with Bo, and he sat right here with Jack, and the same story unfolded again. So those two dove hunts right there that really got this business kicked off and my profession started, definitely the most memorable we've ever had out there.
Yes, sir. That's amazing. That really is one hunt.
Yeah.
One hunt, one dog. Changed it all.
He could have broke and got after a cripple and went to the woods, and I had to go find him. None of this would ever happen.
Yes, sir. Wow, that's amazing.
But stars lined up. He did a good job that day.
Yes, sir. I know one that sticks out to me is when we had to throw old Grayson in the tree.
Oh,
How hard tried to run him down.
That's right.
I don't know if Ellen knows about that story.
No, we might want to keep that one.
Yeah.
Well, she can't see that, but
that was a good one.
That was a good day. I bet you he wasn't about 4 or 5, and we were out there hog hunting for 200-pound, 250-pound boar hogs with 3-inch cutters, and had to throw a 4-year-old baby up in the tree where they didn't get him. I thought that hog was going to get me.
That's what about all of us about got that day. Yes, sir. Oh man, that's a good one. So I reckon last thing before we wrap up here, you in the market for any land?
I tell you what, we're always looking to expand. We're looking at some tracts in North Carolina right now to expand and some locally, but have a lot of customers that come through here that are always looking for their little piece of heaven.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I always bring up your name. And, you friends of the family, you like family to me.
Sir,
I always bring up your name and try to promote and help you. But like I've done the guys I've sent you in the past, but all these hunters that come through here, they're looking for their little slice of heaven. I still want them to use MossyPond
Yes, sir.
to come and hunt, but they want their little hunting paradise with their cabin on the river with some land, or their little deer camp. Yep. And you've always provided that for me and my customers. So this relationship's doing nothing but growing, and I appreciate all you do for us.
I appreciate you, Mr. Brad.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.